Guys, this is Thameem, first year MBBS student James thiruvarur. Here I am going to give some tips about the university examination and internal assessment. And this video is going to be segments. You see here. In this video is going to be some segments right here. And make sure to watch the full video, and it's going to be fun. Okay, let's see one by one. Choose your book wisely for any examination like internal assessment, which is provided by your college or university examinations. You have to choose a book that is up to you. I already made a video about that in my channel. Please do watch the video and choose a book, what book to read in the first year MBBS. And make sure you read that book. Like for example, if I use for physiology Hindu Purana or else guidance for that, make sure to read that book only, and Hindu Purana for that examination. And make sure to read the Indian author book, which is because it's giving like in topics, and in case of foreign author books, it is not given in topics. So make sure to read in Indian author book. And always I say that implement your points from the foreign author into Indian author book, like paste like in a sticky notes. Another thing is that have a notes, during lectures, write notes, have a notes, and which is very useful during examination. You don't have to read these bulky books like if you don't have such notes and that, make sure to mark the important points in the book and read that. So let me give some example. For example, in case of first year, we have the book I use is Vishram Singh, and first I mark the important question from the the question bank. Let me give brief about the next segment, and I just mark used by these segments, paper clips, and this is very useful to see what are the question I have to read. And I read some important markings in case of black pens, and which is I'm gonna write in the examination, and important markings like here, and which is very useful in case of identify the things and read that during the examination, not much more that. So use these paper clips and mark the important things and read that. And also use this atlas for draw diagrams, and usually use iPad for to draw diagram, which is I make a note of that. And during examination, I just see the drawings which I drawn in iPad. And during the anatomy exams, I usually draw much diagrams during examinations, so which is very important in case of anatomy. And same may go for physiology. For physiology, you have to do more flow charts than writing theory, and this is very important thing. And then, for example, in case of anatomy, write the essay with a synopsis, under subheadings, which is very important during examination. Always use the subheadings in case of essays, and also for the 5-mark questions for a new CBME curriculum. Implement your ideas from the gold standard book and paste it in a sticky note, and make sure to stick on the Indian author book. It's very useful because we can't read the bulky books during the time of examination. So productivity only keeps a human to a simple, right? And one such productivity is scheduling. Scheduling your work is like an art. It's very hard, but it's very easy when you're keep on doing that scheduling work. And know your exams, when your exams are coming, and know the timings, because giving proper preparation days for the exam is very much important. And because within the preparation days, you also have to do the revision also. So make sure that when the exams are coming, and always give ample time for the subject you are feeling very hard, because within that subject you have to work a lot. And it is acceptable because you need sometimes for that subject, because you're feeling that hard. But once you're giving such ample time, it makes very easier to read the subject once again for the revision. And the other thing is that make your own schedule, because don't ever others let you to do the schedule, because you only know which things are hard, which things are very easier for you, and based upon that you can make your own schedule. So scheduling is very much important in case of MBBS career. This only makes you giving some adequate time for other activities like fun activities. So make your own schedule, right? Do the subject little by little manner, not in bulk, because If you do such things like in bulk, what happen here is that you ultimately demotivated one such time, because you have to do this much thing in a this much hour. But if you do this much thing in this much hour, it's very important, it's very easy, right? So next segment is previous year questions. So here there is a lot to speak about. You have to make your own questions. How to do? Just write some questions during your own reading and keep on revise that. It's also like an a recalling technique. Another thing is that you can visit the website of your university, or else the book that is available as a hard copy for like a previous year question banks, which is been provided by your universities. Make sure to have an hard copy or soft copy of that, and it's very helpful during the time of examination, because most of the questions being asked from previous year question and all. And also make sure to have your own question to implement that with the previous year question is much more helpful during examination. Make your own key, and then that is you gonna write in the exam. So if suppose I have a question like in case of physiology, like special features of coronary circulation, I must know what are the things I have to write in the coronary circulation, special features. First, I have to know the myogenic mechanism, auto-regulation, and phasic blood flow, the shunting purposes. And these are all I'm gonna do write in exams, right? So I must have a key for that particular question. So make sure before examination, at least do a question and at least make a key of that. It's very helpful during the time of examination. And make sure you do at least 2 questions. Write 2 questions before attending the university examination, which actually gives you more confidence about it. Another studying technique is like I usually do when I feel hard to study the things which is in this bulky books. So one such thing is reverse Pomodoro technique. It is not regular Pomodoro technique, it is reverse Pomodoro technique. Like in case of Pomodoro technique, we have from 0 seconds, for a half an hour or 1 hour. So it is like 1 hour to 0 second. So it is just reversed. So it just trick your mind to read, to read the things. If you find useful means you can do that. And make sure to comment whether you use this Pomodoro technique or not. And another major thing facing by MBBS students is that it's very hard to start a topic, right? So if you don't have any idea about the topic, just open the book and see some pictures, like see, like in case of anatomy there are some pictures, like you can see. Let's see, for example, we have the hand muscles, right? So just see the pictures, where is arching, where is insertion, and just see the picture and have an eye list. Your mind will think, have some idea about that subject, and make sure to sit with the book when you don't feel to read, and you eventually read that and you eventually finish that chapter. Next segment is active recalling, and this segment is speak about the things which we read, the subject we read in the morning is completely 50% only remembered in the evening and completely vanish in the next morning. And this is because we don't do this much recall things about that. The things, there are the steps to recall the subject. First thing is that make sure to discuss with your friends, because discussing with your friends is much more important than you do your revision, because this makes you more knowledgeable, and also your friends know the hard topic that you don't know. When you discuss the things, it will be more easier and do the exams, and for improve your marks. And it's very important to discuss with your friends regarding, if you read a thing which is in the morning and discuss with your friends, and this will be much more rememberable for a week. The neurons that were wired together, right? We have to strengthen the synapse of the neurons. So this is basically by doing revisions and also discuss with your friends. That's it. Here I want to speak about the consistency. So for any success, you need consistent what you're doing. If you are do your things right on the time, and make you have an ample time to read a subject and consistent with the subject, you will eventually score high marks. Not only high marks, it will makes you understand more about the subject. You will love the subject when you are consistent with the subject. So consistent is the key of success. So if you want to taste the success, you must need a consistency is very much important in case of MBBS career. That's it, guys. Hope you like this video, and tell me about in the comments which segment do you like most, and That's it. Make sure to share this to your friends, to your medicos friends who are in the first year, and make sure subscribe this channel for more fun videos and vlogs, and also for the study related videos. And until then, signing off.